Hi riders, welcome to our Trend Optimizer tutorial. So what is this new indicator? You can find it on our trend detection indicator on our Rider Algo basic package. You go to settings and you will see these two new options, Trend Optimizer labels and Trend Optimizer lines. If you uncheck these boxes, then you will see this indicator disappear, and you enable this, you will see the indicator appear again. Also, there's the change bar color, which we'll talk about this later. And with you uncheck this, there's nothing going on with the candles, and when you check, you can see that some candles change color. All right, so we're going to use these three features: the first two boxes here and the change bar colors. All right, so this indication basically what it does, it helps you to detect potential trend shifts. All right, trend shift is basically when the trend was going bearish, was going down, an uptrend signal here appear, and the trend most probably, and that's the idea, will shift direction. And you could take a trade there, and you can wait for a better risk reward entry. That is all up to you, and I will give you tips on how to use this indicator to optimize the strategy. The other main and very important thing about this indicator is that you will see that there are two lines and there are two labels. You see a thicker line that goes along with the uptrend, right? And vice versa for the downtrend and the red lines. So you see a thicker line here, and you will see a thinner line here. So the thicker line appears when an uptrend signal appears, and if it is broken, it means when the price goes down. If the price goes down below this line and start trading below, then it will shift bearish. It will flip red. So the thick line is more like a medium long-term trend support, and you will see this thinner line is like a faster trend change. If you want to make more trades, you can use this one. But the beautiful thing here, and this is extremely important, is that these labels, these buy labels here, or this one here, or even this one here, those labels only appear when there is trend confluence. So you can see in this case, you can see trend, this thin line flipped from red, and let me smooth this. It flipped from red to green, but also the thicker line, the longer trend, was green as well. So when there's this double confluence, the buy signal appears, and that makes a ton of difference because you will be trading with that trend. That's what I always say, but you can make this in an automated way. And when we back tested these buy signals using TradingView historical tools, it achieved a outstanding 92% accuracy for Bitcoin on a daily time frame. And how is accuracy measured? It just compares the entry price when a label appears, when a buy signal appears, and it closes the trade when it flips red again. All right, that's very simple. Just buy and sell, and then she fed 92%. And when we included the sell signals that only appear when the thinner line flips bearish, and the thicker line is also bearish as well, the sell signals for Bitcoin, you have to know this, you have to understand, usually have very low accuracy because Bitcoin tends to go up most of the time, and when it goes up, it goes like in beast mode. So usually sell signals for all indicators you will find, and they have very low accuracy. But in this case, the total accuracy only went down to 86%, which is astronomical for bear signals, at least for Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So this double confirmation matters. So this is a very big upgrade for this indicator. Now you can see the long-term trend, and you can see a faster trend, which can help you to find more entries during an uptrend, with a very strong confluence and accuracy. All right. So this is the first use of this indicator, to detect trend shift and potential entries once the trend shift. But the second thing is to help you understand or find very good risk reward levels. What is a very risk reward level? It happens when your chances to lose in total dollars, the total amount you could potentially lose, are much lower than the total amount you could potentially win. So for example, in this case, let me find some combination. I will tell you a little bit more about that later. So in this case, price was testing this line here. So if you placed a long here, and you probably set your stop loss here, you have a 6.4 winning ratio. It means that you could win 6 more times what you could lose in this trade. So this is a beautiful risk reward entry. If you, for example, are in a rush and you want to enter a trade somewhere else in the middle, probably you have to set your stop loss below a support level, then you have a very awful risk reward ratio of 1 or less than 1. All right. So the second use is to find those good levels. And when are those good levels? Exactly in these moments, when the price is testing these lines here, these support lines for longs, for shorts, vice versa, when it's testing the red line as resistance. Right, so this was a support level, and you can see the price actually, let me, went up, went down, and bounced from here. It worked perfectly this time. And you can see the line flip yellow here. The line flip yellows when the support line is being tested. Okay, so this is a very, very powerful tool to find this potential bounce and good risk reward levels. It was here one level. If for any reason this one would have failed, this would be another second very strong level. And I'm going to show you an additional tip at the end of the video on how to improve even further your accuracy for these bounces, because these lines at sometimes they are going to fail. Of course they're going to fail. If they don't fail, the trend will never shift. So once we understand this, let me show you just another example. Here's another example. You can see the bounce from here, another bounce from here. You could say this was another bounce. Probably it held a line here, a perfect bounce here. So what is a trick? And you will start finding something if you did, because I did this very fast. It is the color candles. The color candles also made a huge difference, because the candles flip to blue when the price is doing good, when it is printing higher highs. So if the price goes down after printing a higher high, let me find an arrow here. Like in this case, you can see this was a clear higher high. Then chances for the price to bounce are much higher, because the price is doing good. It's most probably just a correction. So when it goes down and tests a support, chances for a bounce are higher. So this is why these candles are very, very powerful and tell you a very good story. So for example, let's find, and we'll talk about this later. I don't know, probably here you can see the candles were red. It was telling you that the price did not print a higher high before it tested this level once again. You can see here probably this was a lower high because the previous high was here. So this one went a little bit lower and test the support, and the price was weak at that time, so the support was lost. So it's very, very powerful. Just try to find those combination of blue candles and price testing this line here. All right, this is the second use of these indicators, and you can use this level or this level. Depends on where the price is at. Of course, this level is a little bit more powerful, just for this purpose, but both work as well. And this case here is a very beautiful example. Also, you can see here another test, exactly the same concept. And here was another bounce, and this was another good trade. But the bounce was not that high. And that's why, because the previous high was not that clear. If you pay attention here, this new high was a little bit above this one. So we are having a bounce, but it's not that strong. So I just told you that so you can understand this indicator a little bit more, because we can code the indicator as much as we want, but it will not be perfect for each time frame for each asset that exists out there. So you always have to double check. And to help you double check, we have a feature here. They show here indicator. This option, if you check this box, it will show you these labels that marks the previous lower high, higher lows, higher high. So you can check where was the previous higher high and make yourself the evaluation. For example, when price was here, you can see, let me just use the replace feature. For example, when price was approaching this support here, let me just hit the reply. You could see there was a higher high. This labels does not appear instantly because it needs sometimes probably 5 candles to detect if it actually was a higher high. It was a pivot moment. So you knew there was a very clear higher high here, and price was tested, so chances for it to bounce are higher. All right. So this is the option here. Show higher high, higher low, and they will tell you quite a bit of information. But most importantly, just pay attention to the higher high and lower lows for shorts. Let me see some short example. And as I told you, shorts for Bitcoin are not a good idea overall. And if you're gonna do it, just make sure that you're doing it when this big trend is red. So this is a good example here. I probably here this time. So when we're in a red trend, don't pay attention to the higher highs, just pay attention to the lower lows. So in this case, candles were red, trend was red, big trend was red, was testing this resistance as well, and price was rejected. And probably at that time, this higher high signal, actually this higher high signal, it was not even here because it takes a few candles to confirm. So you knew that most probably this was going to be rejected because it printed a lower low, and if you don't want to get so complicated, the candles were red. All right. Now you are starting to understand, or at least I hope, how to use this beautiful indicator, not only as a tool, but also as a process. As a process to detect good moments to get a very strong risk reward entry, but also to understand when the trend has shifted. Just a short note, this indicator replaces our legacy bull bear signals. Those are no longer available. I believe these are much more powerful. And a bonus tip for all of you that love the liquidation levels, you can use the liquidation levels in confluence with this. And we're testing an indicator here that uses liquidation levels, and I found it also very interesting. You can the problem with liquidation levels overall, and liquidation levels are the levels where the trader lost their money. When they use leverage, if the price hits that level, they will lose all their money. So market makers they always try the price to hit those levels, so the traders lose their money and they win theirs. So for example, when you enable this indicator that we're planning to release soon, it will tell you where some liquidation levels are. Or these are mathematical liquidation levels. These are not filled with Binance information. This is just some mathematical levels. And this is very useful because you can see here when price was testing this line here, you can see there was no liquidation level close. So this was probably if price went here, there were no liquidation close by. So probably chances for a bounce were a little bit higher because there was no bounce. And once it bounced, some liquidation levels appear because people went long with leverage here. You see, so liquidation levels appear here. So when price go to test this line, the future, and these liquidation levels are closed, you will see that there are very high chances for price to test this level before it bounces and liquidate people here. And just go with the replay a little bit faster, and there you go. You can see price actually bounced from here because candles were blue. We are testing this level. We already talked about this higher high was slightly a little bit above, but before it bounced, it hit these levels here. So I find this even even a stronger combination to enhance the same strategy, so you don't get overcomplicated. The same strategy, you just find tools to fine tune it a little bit more, and this could be a very powerful ally. So this is it, guys. You can find this indicator on our trend detection right arrow number 2. Just remove the indicator, refresh the browser, add it again, and if you are a basic package subscriber, you will find it there as a separate indicator inside the basic indicator. Have a great week, and I hope you had some fun with this indicator. Just don't forget to join me on Discord and tell me what do you think about it, if you're making some money. I hope so. And this video will be included in our Notion training material. Have a great week.